Okay student, now we are going to read about the blood vessels. The blood which is pumped and received by the heart travels in a system of tubular structure called blood vessels. Blood vessels are the tubes. In our language we call them a tube. Their function is to transport the blood to all parts of body. Our body has three major types of blood vessels based on their function. Okay, there are three types of vessels. The one is arteries, veins. So what is arteries? Arteries are the vessels that carry blood rich in oxygen and nutrients away from the heart to the other parts of the body. The oxygen rich blood is called oxygenated blood. Arteries are divided into smaller branches called aortas as they continue to move away from the heart. So what is the function of arteries? They contains the rich oxygen blood, मीन जिसमें बहुत ज़्यादा टाइप में ऑक्सीजन होता है, वो वाला ब्लड वो हार्ट से लेकर तमाम बॉडी पार्ट्स तक पहुंच जाती हैं. Veins are the type of blood vessel that carry blood poor in oxygen and nutrients towards the heart after collecting it from the different parts of the body. Blood poor in oxygen is known as deoxygenated blood. A vein is formed when smaller venules carrying deoxygenated blood join together. So arteries carries the rich oxygenated blood and the veins contains the deoxygenated blood, and they collect it from the different parts of the body. And the third type of vessel is capillaries. Capillaries are tiny, thin walled vessels made up of only a single layer of cell. They connect the arteries to veins. Thin walls of the capillaries enable them to exchange gases, nutrients and waste products between the blood and the cell. Capillaries transport both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. So in the last we have read that arteries contain the oxygenated blood, veins contains the deoxygenated blood, but capillaries contains both types of blood, oxygenated and deoxygenated. Both types of bloods are present in capillaries. So working of circulatory system. What is the work or what is the function of circulatory system? As we discussed earlier that the circulatory system is responsible for the circulation of blood throughout the body. For this purpose, blood needs to be pumped by heart, which is carried by the veins from different body parts and then transport via arteries to all body parts where the capillaries bring about an exchange of material. So circulation, the heart has four main blood route into the and out of the heart through veins and arteries, which are the main function of our blood or circulatory system is to circulate blood to all parts of body. So in what route, in what ways the blood circulate? These are vena cava. A vein, vena cava is the name of a vein carrying deoxygenated blood from the different parts of the body to the heart. So it contains the deoxygenated blood and collect the blood from all the body parts and then it gives the blood to the heart. Pulmonary artery, an artery that carries deoxygenated blood from the heart towards lungs for oxygenation. So it is an आर्टरी दैट कंटेन्स डीऑक्सीजनेटेड, यानी कि इसमें कम ऑक्सीजन वाला ब्लड होता है और ये कम ऑक्सीजन वाला ब्लड जो है ये हमारे हार्ट से लेती है, दिल से लेके ये हमारे लंग्स तक पहुंचाती है. ठीक है. पल्मोनरी वेन, अ वेन only vein in the body which carries oxygenated blood from the lungs to the heart. So pulmonary vein जो होती है, आर्टरी होती है, सॉरी पल्मोनरी आर्टरी, ये हमारे जो हार्ट से जो है वो ब्लड लेके लंग्स तक ले जाती है ताकि उसके अंदर क्या आए, ऑक्सीजन आए उस ब्लड के अंदर. तो पल्मोनरी वेन जो है वो वापस उसी ब्लड को ऑक्सीजनेटेड करके, यानी कि ऑक्सीजन भरा जो ब्लड होता है वो वापस हमारे लंग से हार्ट तक पहुंचाती है. ठीक है. Aorta, the largest artery in the blood that carries oxygenated blood away from the heart to the different parts of the body. Aorta's function is that it carries the oxygenated blood in high quality oxygen blood from the heart to the all different parts of our body. So here is a diagram. It's a double circulatory system. Head and arms. Here's head and arms. Here is pulmonary artery. It contains the blood to the lungs, and then pulmonary vein. So pulmonary vein carries the blood from the lungs to our heart. This is vena cava. It is our heart. These are our lungs, and this is aorta. This is the diagram of our circulatory system. Okay student, look at this page. On each pump, on one half left side of the heart send oxygenated blood to all part of the body, and the other half right side of the heart send deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Due to this reason, the human heart is also called the double circulatory system. Okay, means our left side of the heart, it contains the send oxygenated blood, but the right side of the heart send deoxygenated blood. So that's why we call them double circulatory system. Okay, the following flow diagram explain how the circulatory system works. So this is a diagram. Look at this diagram carefully. Vena cava. So right atrium, then right ventricle, lungs, left atrium and left ventricle, and then aorta. Vena cava, the right atrium of the heart receive deoxygenated blood from the body via vena cava. Okay, vena cava, right atrium is pushed down into the right ventricle through the tricuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid valve is the valve that connects the right atrium and the right ventricle. So when the blood come to the right atrium to the right ventricle, so vena cava push this blood, and then from the right ventricle, blood is pumped up the lungs through the pulmonary artery for a gaseous exchange. Oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is removed. Okay, so this function is performed by the right ventricle. So lungs, when the blood comes into the lungs, freshly oxygenated blood is returned to the left atrium of the heart via the pulmonary vein. Okay, so when the blood comes into the lungs provide oxygen to the blood, and then pulmonary vein carries this oxygenated blood and give it to the heart. Left atrium, blood is forced down into the left ventricle through the bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve is a valve that connects the left ventricle and the left atria. Okay, so now at the last, aorta, blood from the left ventricle is pumped towards the aorta, which pumps blood to all parts of the body to provide oxygen. So what is the function of aorta? Aorta contains the oxygenated blood and it provides the blood from the heart to the different parts of the body. Okay, I hope you understand. So watch this video very carefully. After that, solve the worksheet.